Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. We appreciate you watching and listening to us every day, Monday through Friday, from 1 to 3 p.m. as we get to go home with you in the afternoons. And we hope you watch the shows after the show. We're on all the social media networks, Facebook, YouTube, all of those as well. I wanted to talk to you just for a few minutes about how to handle communications during an emergency. Things can happen. We are living in Tornado Alley here. And also anywhere. There can be flooding. There can be hurricanes. We're going to be in hurricane season before you know it. So we're always looking for communications. I remember when a tornado came through, Phil and I were living in Charlotte, North Carolina. So a tornado comes through North Alabama, and this is where all my family lives, most of them. And so we were trying to get in contact with everybody. The power lines were down, the telephones were down, cell phone services didn't work until a really, really smart lady who works at the hospital in Boaz called or sent me a message. She said, I just happen to think you're probably fretting, wondering what's happened to your family. She said, everybody's okay. She said, we just happen to have communications at the hospital. So she said, I thought I'd just call you and let you know everything's working okay. So anyway, just use your imagination. Sometimes there are ways you can communicate. You're not thinking clear. You're just not aware of. But I wanted to show all you young folks something. This used to be my cell phone back in the day. Now, I used to work for GTE. And so we called this one the brick phone. It's really heavy battery. The battery is not on it. So I had a car charger, and that's what the car charger looked like. So the car charger was just get right here on the back of the battery. I know that, the phones we have now are more sleek, but I'm just going to tell you, these were good phones. Now, this was back during the days of analog. We're all digital right now, but I have to tell you, the service was really good using this phone. And also, if somebody came at you, you could hit them over the head with this, and I promise you it'd cause some physical damage there as well. But it was a good tool for communication. So before we get into this article, I wanted to mention something else to you. So a friend of mine, Deborah Shear, was with they called it Second Chance. It was not the animal shelter like we have here, but it was a shelter for women. And she enlightened me. She was always collecting old cell phones. I don't know if she still does that or not, but she's in the Anniston area. And so I didn't know this until Deborah told me about it. So old cell phones, as long as they got to be able to power up and that kind of thing. You can use old cell phones even if they're not activated. You can use those to dial 911. And that can mean it could be the matter of between life and death for someone who is going through domestic violence. Also, if there is an old cell phone still connected to your home, okay, whether you're using it or not. So we haven't had a home phone in a decade or so. And you can still call 911 on, as long as they're connected to a wire, to a ground wire. You can still call 911 on those phones. So just wanted to mention that as well. This is some good information I found on fcc.gov. And they're talking about FEMA emergency communication tips. So go ahead and look this up. Write it down somewhere. fcc.gov. This is a good website right here for you to know about. And this teaching you, and by the way, this is the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and they offer the following tips for communication during an emergency. Okay, got power outages or whatever, and you just have no communication. So this is how you would prepare for an emergency. Number one, according to the fcc.gov, understand how power outages may affect your landline service. Few people still have landline service. So know what type of landline telephone service you have. Now, is your telephone service provided over broadband connections, which most are now, such as voice over internet protocol, that's VoIP, or is it a traditional landline telephone service, which is typically powered over copper telephone lines? So ask your service provider if you are unsure. I know now with packages that pertain to internet services now, they'll offer you like $20 more. You can have, a phone service. But now that doesn't necessarily mean it's over copper wire. It could be through the internet. Okay, broadband-enabled telephone service will not work during electric outages without a battery or other backup power source. Now, if you have a battery, test it periodically, understand how long it should last, learn how to replace it, and consider having a spare that you can charge right before a storm. If you do not have a battery or other backup power source, ask your provider where you can purchase one. If your electricity goes out and you don't need to use the phone right away, you can disconnect the battery to prevent it from draining, and then plug it back in when you need to receive or make phone calls. Once the power is restored, plug the battery back so that it can recharge. Now, traditional phone service. So traditional phone service may work during electrical power outages, though you may need to use a corded phone. Many cordless home phones rely on electric power to operate. Make sure it's got that long, twirly cord. You young people don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, just make sure it's not battery source. Okay, number 2, charge your wireless phone, laptop, or tablet if you know a storm is coming. Yes, be prepared, please. Also, consider keeping extra batteries. A solar charger is good, or a car charger on hand. I have been known, it'll slip up on you sometimes in the summertime in Alabama, and I have been known to, oh my goodness, where did this come from? It was not even in the forecast, and the storm just comes, and I'm going, oh my God, my cell phone is just about out of power. And then I had to go plug it in into my car charger because the electricity went off. So even in the event of power outage, you may be able to connect to the internet using secure Wi-Fi if it's available nearby. You may have to go to your local Jacks to get it to work, but you may also be able to use your charged laptop or tablet to recharge wireless phones. Now, I will tell you it drains it out pretty fast, though. So make sure that is what you definitely want to do. Also, by using the USB cable, by the way. Though doing so may drain the batteries, the computer's battery power. Okay, number 3, be prepared to monitor news and emergency broadcasts during power outages. Now consider a battery-powered radio or portable television to check news broadcasts for emergency information, including power outages, and make sure you have charged or fresh batteries if needed. You can also purchase a solar-powered or hand-cranked radio. Now, we're going to have a show about ham radios coming up pretty soon. It may also be used to charge these cell phones, though you should first check the instruction manual because you don't want a surge to go into your cell phone and tear it up. And at that point, guess what? You have no cell phone to use. Now, number 5, what you want to do is create a family emergency communication plan. There's a website you can go to for this. It's called ready.gov. You need to create a family emergency communications plan there. Again, that's ready, READY.gov. They'll get you right in. Now, another thing you want to do is sign up to receive alerts or warnings. Okay, so sign up to receive alerts and warnings to your phone or mobile device from your local government, school, and or workplace. Now, these local alerts can augment the wireless emergency alerts and you receive over your mobile phone, and the emergency alert system alerts you receive over television and radio. Now, let me tell you about this. You can also monitor how the alerts are sent to you. Because I had mine set up for alerts, and here's what happened. I had it where every single whatever, lightning, whatever, would be sent to my cell phone. We were up all night one night. It was like lightning. A storm wasn't, but it was like nearby lightning. So that thing went off every few seconds. I finally just had to turn the phone off. I said, man, I was too tired to figure out I had to go back in and take the lightning one off. But anyway, you can have it where it comes like within 5 miles or 30 miles. Wasn't paying attention. I had it set for 30 miles. But anyway, it's fixed now. Okay, now sign up to receive these alerts and warnings on your cell phone. Number 6, you need to create an in case of emergency contact on your wireless phone. Like if you have a daughter who lives out of state and your daughter's just wondering, she doesn't know what in the world's going on in Alabama. Like Brad is mine. He lives in North Carolina, close to Raleigh, the Raleigh area. Okay, so create the in case of emergency contact, store at least one emergency contact in the name of in case of emergency, or ICE, for all mobile phones and devices. This will help someone identify your emergency contact if needed. Enter household and emergency contact information into all household members' mobile phones or devices. Now, number 7 is a good one. Inform your emergency contact of medical issues. So inform your emergency contact of any medical issues or other requirements you may have. Number 8, create an emergency contact list on mobile phones and devices. So you want to create a group list on all mobile phones and devices of the people you would need to communicate with if there was an emergency or a disaster. These are all really good recommendations, aren't they? Number 9, you want to write down important phone numbers. Write down phone numbers for emergency services, utilities, service providers, medical providers, veterinarians, insurance companies, and other services. Number 10, what you want to do is make sure family and other contacts know how to send mobile text. Ensure household members and your out-of-town contacts, make sure they know how to text if they have a mobile phone or a device. Now, another thing you want to do, and this is number 11, an important one, download the FEMA app. Download the FEMA app. It's available in English and Spanish for disaster resources and to receive weather alerts, safety tips, and reminders so you can have peace of mind to be ready for the unexpected. The FEMA app provides a customizable checklist of emergency supplies and directions to open shelters. You can also set reminders to take important steps to prepare your home and family for disasters, such as charging your smoke detector batteries, just little reminders because times go by really fast, and practice fire escape plans. Now, the FEMA app is available for download on the iTunes App Store as well as in Google Play. Now, during an emergency, we're going to go into a commercial break, but we're going to talk about when we come back what to do during an emergency. If you have call forwarding from a landline phone at home, consider forwarding these calls to your wireless number in the event of an evacuation. This will help you continue to receive incoming calls to your home telephone number. Let's go into a really neat commercial break. We're going to be right back in just a few minutes. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Let Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC take the burden off you for all your tax needs. I know because Rhonda has been taking care of my business since 2013. I feel Rhonda works for me because she knows the direct questions to ask to better benefit my unique business in order for me to get back the biggest refund possible. Rhonda is an ongoing student, and she knows tax laws are in a constant change every year. Call 256-281-9903 for an appointment to take the dread out of getting your taxes done. Rhonda is located at 11968 U.S. Highway 431 in Boaz. Again, that number is 256-281-9903. And let Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC champion your personal and business taxes. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdy.lawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and my employees and I want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. With everything going on right now, your rest is so important. That's why we're having the biggest MyPillow sale ever. Not only are my bed pillows as low as $19.98, but you can get the best body pillows ever. Regular $89.98, now only $29.98. Take your rest on the go with our Roll and Go Anywhere MyPillows for only $14.98. And we have our new couch and accent pillows. They aren't just for looks. They have MyPillow's patented adjustable fill that gives you that amazing MyPillow comfort. In this economy, you get the best gifts ever for the best prices ever. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code and you get deep discounts on body, couch, bolster pillows, and so much more, including my original bed pillows for as low as $19.98. Please order now while quantities last.
We are back. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire. Check out the podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. You get all kinds of fantastic talk show hosts out there who believe in telling the truth. And I'll tell you, even if it hurts your feelings just a little bit, isn't that what we need, though? We need to know the truth. Okay, we're talking about what to do during an emergency. We have horrible weather around here sometimes. I mean, it can just come out of nowhere. You can have like no indication something is going to happen. Then zoom, thunderstorm warning. As a matter of fact, it's raining outside right now. So, and terrible. You've got to know what to do and be aware of. Okay, so we talked about communication devices. So we got that handled. Now, during an emergency, limit non-emergency phone calls. Now, why would I want to do that? Okay, this will minimize network congestion and it also frees up space for emergency communications. You do not need to make a call. If you do have to, try to keep it brief and only convey vital information to emergency personnel and or family. Now, limiting calls also conserves cell phone battery power. That's what I would be thinking of really more than anything else. Now, number 2, you need to try texting in non-emergency situations. So for non-emergencies, try text messages from your wireless phone. You want to text message to other wireless devices, although it may go through when your call could not go through. Though there may be a delivery delay during times of network congestions. Now, you can also text 911 in certain locations, and so you can check ahead on availability. Number 3, adjust the wireless phone to conserve battery power. Let me tell you how to do that. Check your wireless device or manual for ways to conserve battery power, such as dimming the lights of your display screen or disabling certain applications. If you have difficulty accessing your wireless network, consider connecting to Wi-Fi service if your phone is Wi-Fi capable. If the wireless network in your area is damaged and you do not see any signal bars on your phone, consider turning your phone off to prevent the battery from draining as your phone seeks a usable wireless signal. And you're using a lot of battery on that phone when it's trying to find a Wi-Fi. It just goes, it's sporadic, it's just all over the place. Okay, call 911 only for emergencies. Learn and use a designated number in your state for highway accidents or other life-threatening incidents. Okay, now this is really, really important. And I didn't know this before. This is really, really good. Number 5, wait 10 seconds before redialing calls that don't connect. So redialing a wireless call multiple times in quick succession can increase network congestion. So further limiting the ability of all users to place calls. If you must make a call, space out your call attempts if you must do so. Again, you're trying to call somebody that's just constantly busy or you can't get them. The best thing to do is just be patient. Leave a voicemail message, okay? And people will return the calls just as soon as possible. Now, number 6, if evacuated, forward your home number to your wireless phone. Okay, that's important. That way you're not going to miss out on your phone calls. Important safety reminder. Now, if you do not have electric power in your home and you are using your car to charge wireless phones or listen to news on the car radio, be careful. Don't try to reach your car if it's not safe to do so. To remain vigilant about carbon monoxide emissions from your car, especially if you're in a closed space. Now, I remember my grandparents back in the day. We would be sitting here in the summertime, and we bought the farm. This is my grandparents' farm right here. And I remember my grandparents would always run in the car when we would have all these tornado warnings and that kind of thing. And it used to freak me out. We'd get in the car, and the car would just be shaking back and forth, back and forth. But we made it okay. We were okay. But don't go to the car. What you need to do, in case of an emergency, in case of a tornado warning, remember there's a difference between a tornado watch and a tornado warning. Tornado watch means be on alert because the conditions are favorable. A tornado warning means a tornado has been spotted. Same deal with a thunderstorm warning or a thunderstorm watch. Same deal. I'm on the lookout. It kind of looks like it could happen. That's what the watch means. The warning means it's on the ground. Better take some cover. Now, inside your house, okay, so we have a middle room, has no windows, no nothing in it. Okay, it used to be the bathroom a long time ago. We've made it into a cabinet. And so that would be our safest room. Usually a hallway is a good safe place if you have a hallway. And we have a small one, so it would be pretty safe. A small hallway, you know, and then mattresses, get mattresses, or if you can, get mattresses off the bed and kind of hide under them. But make it something that's kind of fun. Don't scare the kids. If you have let's just say you have a storm shelter. And the only time you go to the storm shelter is when a tornado warning's out. You're going to freak the kids out. So let me tell you what you need to do. This works every time. So every once in a while, you get your storm shelter, or you go to a storm shelter. What you need to do is just take the kids with you. Just when there's nothing happening. It's just pretty and sunshiny outside. And just go inside and let them bring their little stuffed animals. so it feels comfortable. Don't have it all where it looks like an army tank or anything like that. You need to have pretty cushions in there. I mean, it's going to make people, not so worried. Little sunshine, maybe little bees or something like that on your cushions, and just have, if you have a place to sit, and just put some pretty bright cushions down there. Yellow is always good. Have the kids keep some toys down there. That'd be a good idea too. Also, in your storm shelter, I think it's a really, really good idea to have water down there, and that needs to be swapped out periodically. Okay, so if you have water that has been in your storm shelter for 2 or 3 years, you need to take that out and get rid of it. Water your plants with it or something. But alternate water. Also alternate food supplies that you may have in the storm shelter. That's just another good thing to do. But just go down there, have some music playing, and this is also good. So in case a storm comes up, a tornado, the kids are going to be freaked. I mean, I always was my entire life. Well, I've got older, I'm not so bad. But when I was a kid, I'm telling you what, thundering and lightning would cause me to just go to pieces. And so what I think is really good now is if you have a CD player, you get those little tiny ones. They don't cost that much anymore, like less than $20. And don't keep it plugged in. Don't keep the battery charging in it all the time, because that's going to wear down the battery, and it'll build a memory in it, and then it'll be worthless. But have some kid CDs down there, maybe funny movies and stuff like that, because sometimes when you get in a storm shelter, it's going to be a couple hours before you get out. And 5 minutes to a kid, it's going to seem like an hour. Even to old folks like me, it can seem like an hour. So that's just a good thing to do. Make it, so that the kids are not worried and they're not freaked. Now we mentioned having snacks down there. You need to have a radio. Don't have it blasting with all the tornadoes coming through, but maybe have a couple of adults. Mom and dad can listen to it, maybe with earplugs or whatever. And so if you've got, make sure you keep some batteries charged. Now, Phil and I have the chargeable batteries, and they're working out pretty good. I know back years and years ago, you could find those chargeable batteries and they were just worthless, but they've really improved the quality of those now. So you can go to Amazon.com and get those. Check out that website right there too, by the way. Don Brown is going to be on the show with me pretty soon. We're going to be talking about his books. Here's one of them right here. And that was a Father's Day present to Phil, I think last year, maybe a year before last. But get on, go to that link right there, and then it's a real quick link, and then look up in the description page, and where your search page will have like a little magnifying kind of glass. So look that up, and then type in rechargeable batteries, and see what that comes up with. And so anyway, but I want to thank you so much for watching The Edge. I hope this helped. Also, make sure you check out the plan. Go to ready.gov, and there's a plan. You can make your own plan. The quicker you do this, the better, okay? And include the kids on it. Find out how you're going to receive emergency alerts and warnings. You also need to know what your shelter plan is. What is the evacuation route? What is my family or household communication plan? Do I need to update my emergency preparedness kit? Yeah, you need to do that every so often. Like if you have medications in, say, a pouch or something like that, make sure that those are also reprocessed every once in a while, so that you don't have a bunch of old medicine in there. Time can fly, I'm telling you, and before you know it, you got stuff that's outdated from 2 years ago. Thank you again so much for watching. Hope you take care, and make sure you check out these websites. I want you to be playing because I want you around, okay, so you can watch this show. Thank you again so much for watching. NetNewsNetwork.net. Okay, we'll see ya.